Brooks Austin, the film guy. We're going to talk a little bit about Kirby Smart. Brooks, why do the Kirby Smart to NFL rumors continue to come up? I know this is not necessarily the time for it here in June, but is there something there? Is that just fabricated? What are your thoughts on that when those things come around every offseason, it feels like?
I have always jokingly said that I've got better odds of Kirby Smart retiring from college football and taking a six-figure job at Bainbridge High School than I'd see him going to the NFL. He is Nick Saban's protege for a reason. He is cut from that same cloth. They are the same human. They are so detail oriented, and they're so micromanagers. Man, they want to be on top of everything. They want to have their hand in everything. They want to be able to influence everything. If something's not going right, they want to be able to make sure it is. They want to be able to go to there and fix it and correct it. Those types of humans, I don't think work very well in the NFL, first and foremost. I just don't think it's a fit. I think he's much more of a college fit. I think he enjoys the grind of recruiting. I think he enjoys the personal relationship aspect of being a college football coach. I think he enjoys the CEO-ness of it because, like I said, he wants to make sure everything's being ran correct and ran his way of doing things. But if there is something that were to pull Kirby Smart to the NFL, the only thing I can ever think of, it gets them all. It gets every single one of these college football coaches. It gets all football coaches in general. It's ego, the telling myself I can conquer that is something that might take him there. However, I've never heard him talk about like pro football like this. You hear Jim Harbaugh over the years, and he'll talk about how, Sunday football is the pinnacle of the sport, right? They play it better up there. It's the best version of it, yada, yada, yada. I don't hear him fantasize that football like he does. I hear Kirby Smart fantasize college football. I hear Kirby Smart romanticize high school football. He talks about high school football in the state of Georgia differently than any other coach that I listen to. He loves what the Peach State provides in terms of what football means to small towns. And again, this is a guy from Bainbridge High School. This is the son of a high school football coach. This is a guy who loves football in its purest forms. And I don't know if his style will work in the NFL. TJ, could you imagine a 10-year vet being, and I don't know your show, so I'm going to do it because we're recording. Can you imagine a 10-year vet being motherfucked over a microphone at practice? No. Come on. I can't. I can't foresee that happening.
Just walk off.
That's the way he runs his business. Yeah, walk off. Yeah. That's the way he runs his show. His show is, I'm going to coach you hard everywhere. And it's not just the left tackle. The receptionist that opens the door and answers the phone calls is privy to an ass chewing from Kirby Smart. And that's the way he runs it. And I don't see the Atlanta Falcons allowing that to happen. We just watched NFL GMs avoid hiring Bill Belichick because they're worried about the influence that he's going to bring into the building or the dictatorship that he's going to bring into the building. Kirby Smart's cut from the same exact cloth.
Do you think that he could ever – you talked about him liking the grind of recruiting and things like that. Do you think that maybe for some of the underlying reasons that we've seen other coaches kind of call it quits, that this college football landscape that we're – I know you just spent a 4-minute rant telling me why he wouldn't, but could this college football landscape, like how crazy it is right now with the portal and NIL and everything else, could that be another catalyst for him?
Yeah, I mean, about a year ago, I'd have been like, yeah. Especially 2 years ago. I think after the national championship, after his first one, first of all, he looked exhausted. But he's on an interview, I think, with Chris Davis or Reese Fowler, one of the ESPN guys. And they asked him a very similar question. And he has almost like a look of terror on his face. And he says basically, like, the way we're doing things right now, I'm worried it's going to run really, really good football coaches out of the sport. And I think we've seen it. I think we've seen a couple of guys kind of tap out and hit the mat and be like, I'm good on this. I'll go do something else. And sometimes I wonder why guys will do it. Like, I don't know how it is. I know how it is in Florida. But in the state of Georgia, TJ, if you coach high school football at a 7A school, you're making like $125,000. Like, you're making a great living coaching high school football. Sometimes I wonder why these guys that have $100 million college coaching contracts don't just retire at the end of that 10-year deal. Why isn't Jimbo Fisher in the state of Georgia making 150 racks coaching football? I don't know. You know what I mean? Because he's got $75 million. Maybe he doesn't need it. But back in the day, I would have said like 2 years ago, I'm like, yeah, man, maybe there is going to be some burnout. But like a month ago, he just told the rest of the college football coaches to quit bitching and complaining. Like this was Kirby. This is what Kirby said about a month ago. About a month ago, Kirby was like, I think it was all Paul Feinbaum. And he's like, you know what? I'm tired. I'm tired of coaches talking this, talking that. Line up and play football. That's what he said. So line up. When I hear a coach, and I feel like Norvell's this way. I feel like Norvell's like, will y'all quit freaking complaining? We make $100 million contracts. We have $8.5 million coming into my bank account this year, and you're whining because you have to work 360 days a year. Shut up and go to work. And that's kind of the mentality that Kirby came out with about a month ago. And that kind of, because I was with you, I'm like, dude, no way anybody's doing this for longer than a decade. This is ridiculous. And then I hear guys like that say that, and I'm like, okay, well, no, you're good. You've settled into what the world is, and you have eaten your vegetables, and you're good to go. So I've kind of put those aside. Now, I also don't see anybody doing it until they're 70, like Saban did it. I don't think that's the case, but he's not going to have to catch whatever he needs to catch.
Yeah, whatever goal he's got out there. So,
yeah.
All right, I can do conference realignment, but if you need to run, I can do 5 minutes on that if you want, or if you need to run, you're good.
Let's do it real quick.
All right, cool. All right, we talk. Where can people follow you? Where can they find your work?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at BrooksAustinBA. And if you're a person who likes YouTube content, we stream Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday night, except for, out here. Okay, I'm out here in LA for the Elite 11 right now, but we will be back on our regular scheduling program next week. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, just search the Film Guy Network. TJ, appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, you bet. We'll throw that in the description. I appreciate you for taking a few minutes and chatting today, bud.
No doubt.
All right, I appreciate Brooks for chatting a little bit with us about Kirby Smart, the NFL rumors, and why he doesn't think that's a possibility at all. I also got a chance to chat with Brooks about conference realignment. If you missed that, you can click the video on the screen right now to check it out.